Well, hello there, everyone. Let me do a quick check to make sure that everything's working. Looks like my voice is coming through loud and clear on the stream. I am back to some Armored Core, which I've been thinking about this a lot recently. It is funny. I have been enjoying Armored Core, I think, actually more than I have Starfield. Now, Starfield has its own charm. Elite Dangerous has its own charm too. They all scratch different itches. But as far as just like the exhilaration of the gameplay itself, I do feel like I really love Armored Core. It has been one of those games for me for the longest time, and this one is no different. And while like the early game is really hard to get through, because you don't have anything to get through these bosses. You know, you're working with limited parts, you're working with limited experience, you're still figuring things out. New Game Plus has actually been a lot of fun, more than I actually thought that I would have. So, last time I had a little snafu with my mouse, and I had to end the stream somewhat early. I wanted to finish that mission before I did, but the mouse issue seems to be ongoing, and I'm still trying to fix it, and hopefully it won't give me any issues today. It happens rarely, and it usually happens after I've had my computer system on for a very long period of time. So hopefully it won't give me any issues. But I did go ahead and I recorded the fight last time. Or sorry, not the fight, the mission from last time. So you won't miss out on what happened there. But after doing it, I actually do have some commentary to put in, and some additional pieces of content to share. As you can see here, I am changed over to Lancer, and Lancer was who I did this mission with. Because after I had to exit out, I just decided to switch up my builds, because I figured, you know, I knew what was in the mission better this time, that I was able to better prepare for it. But there is a specific reason why I did it. There's a specific reason why Lancer works, and I wanted to talk to you about that after the mission. But without further ado, let's get into the mission itself, and maybe I can kind of let you know exactly what's going on in here. So, this is all pre-recorded, not me playing live. But I will kind of.
It's rare to get a direct request from Liberation from leadership. Perhaps the situation has changed their attitudes too.
By the way, I'm actually not sure if this was a decision that I could have made in the first playthrough. The more and more that I look at this and what all was involved, I think this might have been a New Game Plus only.
Commence mission. Destroy the Planetary Closure Administration LCs and the new HC.
I'm grateful for your assistance, Rhea. The targets are stationed in 2 camps. Attack one, and the other will move to reinforce. I'll leave the question of where to strike first in your capable hands.
This part is the boring part. To deal with a bunch of the low-level enemies to get through it. Eat a little bit of damage there. But it didn't end up affecting me too much. Now this is annoying, and this is because I'm using a handgun. Handguns have a lot of drop-off. They ricochet more when you're too far away.
Detected. It's an enforcement machine specialized for close-range combat.
And I just figured I'd start this fight outright.
We're under attack. Cancel the maintenance. Get the HC online now. Did the corporations hire you? They must be confident to come here alone. Don't matter.
He was not too hard to deal with when you're using like the alpha burst damage type builds. It was because I was using a different type of build. I believe the lasers I was trying to use, and that just doesn't. for these types of fights. Now, I will say that this was the first time that I actually came back in to fight them. And this went better than I really even anticipated. This wasn't even really a close fight, and you'll see why.
It must have been that AC. Take it out.
I think it's because the AI, this area right here, somehow glitched both of them out. Not in like a totally cheap way, but like they got up in there and then they never left. You know? I thought that I got stunned here, so I wasn't able to take advantage of my alpha burst. But, you know, like, he didn't fly back out of here. He didn't know how to navigate himself back out. So it wasn't too hard to finish it.
Code 31A.
And then this guy up here actually made it kind of harder on me because he got up into an area that was difficult to navigate. He is very fast and difficult to catch, which is annoying, especially because he was fighting over this kind of pit right here. It didn't take too long to get. That was unfortunate, though. It stunned me right as I was coming in.
Right hand activation active. 30%.
Not an issue. And you can you'll be able to see what the night and day difference is once I kind of explain what it is that happened.
Raven. You fight like a bird in flight. You may yet fly higher.
I mean, this is pretty much what I did to Walter in my first
to
playthrough.
chase the freedom we never knew.
But let's go ahead and listen through some of the post-mission dialogue and whatnot. That's pertinent to the story.
How's it going, Walter?
Hard to say. 621's still performing well, but I doubt the voices have gone away. At any rate, whatever the voices are doesn't seem to be doing any harm. For now.
I was asking about you, Walter. But whatever. Bigger things. The coral. You'd better find it. Turns out, our friend's fears were warranted. Don't spend too long dealing with the PCA, Walter. Clock's ticking.
Raven, I've been thinking about what Meadow Flatwell said. To fly beyond Rubicon's scorched skies and chase the freedom we never knew. The others are so used to fighting and shouting slogans that they've given up thinking. But Flatwell, he's exploring the potential for something new.
One new message.
Registration number RB23, call sign, Raven. We have added new samples to the integration program. You may now test updates to Mind Alpha and analyze corporate AC technology. We look forward to your continued assistance in all minds' drive toward perfection.
Alright, and so we're back to live. So, I wanted to kind of explain what the theory behind Lancer really is, and why he works. Okay? So, this comes down to some of the stats that you may not pay that much attention to on some of these weapons. For one, it's the impact. So in Armored Core, there's two trains of thought as far as how to build a mech, most likely. There's consistent damage builds that are just capable of constantly overwhelming and hitting you to the point where you just can't deal with what's being thrown at you. AKA the Balteus type way of fighting. Just constant barrages of everything. You know, a lot of the bosses do that. They hit you with just waves and waves of firepower. Missile boats will do this. They're just throwing out huge amounts of projectiles and whatnot to make it difficult for you to dodge and actually get away from all of it. Then there's the alpha damage. Alpha meaning, I mean, you hear it in other games where it's just like huge amounts of damage all at once. Your DPS suddenly spikes sky high. And the way to do this is the stagger meter. And there are two things that go into this. Impact of a weapon. So in this case, I'm using the Ducat as a handgun to start to increase their stagger meter. So I want their stagger meter to go up a little bit at a time. When I see that their stagger meter is at a certain level, then I know that it's time to strike. Okay? Other people will use, specifically the Zimmermans. They have a huge amount of stagger. You can see, like, from 300 on the handgun, which is very respectable, by the way, to 840. But the Zimmermans attack, they're just kind of a bang, bang, and then a long time of reload. So this is not something where you get to consistently put it out. The Ducat consistently puts out impact. And I don't need my impact to spike. So, but very specifically, there is actually what is it? Accumulated impact. That's the one that you want to pay attention to when you're using something like the Ducat. So, like, Zimmerman has high impact. It has slightly lower accumulated impact for the total impact that it does. The Ducat has relatively close to the same amount of accumulated impact. So accumulated impact is the amount that stays on them. Specifically, I think actually 151 is exactly half of the impact. When you hit somebody, to start with, the stagger bar goes up and then it slightly falls down a little bit as the initial impact lessens, and then it just goes back to the accumulated impact. And that accumulated impact takes longer to bleed off. Okay? So you can see here, the 840, and then, actually, no, wait, I guess it is exactly half on this one, too. The 840 hits, it spikes, and then it goes back down to the 420. So if you're trying to build impact on a target, you're paying attention to that accumulated impact. You can see that different weapons have different amounts. So, like here's, it's fairly decent, but not as good as the Ducat, okay? The needle gun, the reason why I was using it originally was that it had kind of a high rate of fire, and it kept on that 127 high accumulated impact. Something like the bazooka, actually this one, has a huge amount of accumulated impact. That's why Ryder can just stagger people ridiculously fast, because using nothing but bazookas, you know? But bazookas are hard to hit with. So you have to balance the ability to hit them with the accumulated impact. And so you end up coming to a certain play style with different types of weapons. Machine guns have very low accumulated, but they fire very quickly. Linear rifles, you can see this one, I believe, the Harris. Yeah, the Harris was what I was using against that other boss to accumulate some impact. Because the Harris has less accumulative impact, but it has the ability to do it at longer range. So, as you can see, what is it? A effective range of this is 376. The effective range of the handgun is only 178, and because that other enemy was further away from me, I was trying not to get those ricochets, do almost nothing. So that's why I switched to using the Harris for that fight. I wanted to constantly be building up his accumulated impact, his stagger meter. And then you go down to some of these, like this one has almost no stagger. You can see the impact and accumulated impact are nothing. Laser weapons have very little as well. That's why I use mostly energy weapons for... I use energy weapons mostly for lots and lots of little enemies because they're very good at dealing lots of damage and don't need to rely on impact. This one specifically is one of my favorite ones. You can see it on Archer. This one doesn't have a lot of accumulated impact, but what it does have is it has this this charge. So you can see that when you use it, it actually does have a higher impact, charge impact, and higher accumulated impact on the charge attack. Actually, these right here are the ones that you're paying attention to when you're using the charge attack. And on this one, the charge attack is very quick to build up, so you can actually rely on this for more consistent damage. Anyway. So that's the idea of why I use something that does kind of pitiful damage, but builds up impact pretty quickly. This missile boats can build up impact pretty well as well, but they're less consistent, so you want consistency for this. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I have this to... The Lance does a lot of impact all at once. It gets me in very close. It's got pretty good track, at least as far as I've used it so far. But I build up the impact. I get it to around 60%. Then I use the Lance to get in, and I finish filling up that impact bar because the impact hits. It causes a stagger without losing any impact. So the accumulated impact is only 50%, but that's fine. It doesn't even matter because at that point they are stunned. And once they are stunned, that's when you switch over to the weapon, the high damage alpha shot weapon. You'll see that there's a lot of these. And here, you're paying attention to a different stat. Aside from the attack power, which you are going to pay attention to, this. Damage multiplier when attacking a staggered enemy. So, on the needle cannons, the needle launchers, 225 means, I believe, at least, 225% damage. Over double the amount of normal damage. If you use it on an already staggered opponent, okay? Now you can see that for others, it's a decent amount. You've got, for these laser cannons, you see a lot of other people use laser cannons for this exact reason. They get lots of attack power. They do decent direct hit adjustment. The charging attacks are even better, but it's hard to, land those immediately afterwards. You can see here, thing, plasma cannons don't have near as much direct hit adjustment, but have a lot more power. So in this case, like the plasma cannon is better for just hitting, period, than the needle is normally. Normally, this does more damage than this. Okay? And so you use this on a lot of things. But as you kind of look through, you're going to notice something. Everything on direct hit adjustment is less than the needle cannon. Almost everything. Actually, no, I believe it might be everything. The spread bazooka comes close, but still not there. The songbirds are great. It's part of the meta, but their direct hit adjustment isn't very high. They have good damage, but they're more useful for staggering because of their high impact than they are for punishing somebody who is staggered. Kind of same with the bazookas, although I would actually consider the bazookas good for both. And actually, if you fire one bazooka than the other, you can get good damage output out of that because of the amount of projectiles and the amount of stagger, etc. But the needles are 100% a weapon designed to punish on a stagger. And so that's what I do. And in practice, I'll show you against a test AC. This is what happens. See? You can see that AC is almost dead already. Yeah. And that's because of the amount of damage that the stun needles do when they're stunned. That's just the type of weapon that this is. So pay attention to the stats. Think about how you're intending to use these weapons and pick the right weapons for it. And in this case, that's what I've done with this one, is I have just picked a weapon combination that is very, very good at finishing on singular targets. Yeah. They just don't stand a chance. That's how I was able to take out those enemies the way that I was, is fighting big honkin' enemies that need a lot of damage done to them all at once is what this kind of specializes in. So, now that you kind of understand what the theory behind some of these builds are and why they're all so different, there's not a one-size-fits-all for any sort of fight. It is one of those things where you spend a lot of time coming up with different mechs for different uses. Caster is capable of outputting lots and lots of damage, especially AoE damage against lots and lots of little targets. That's what he's there for. He's not there for fighting other mechs. Assassin, I mean, I hardly use it, but he is there for essentially getting in, stunning, and then dropping those missiles, which are very good weapons on somebody. Archer is there for very fast-moving targets that I have to kind of overwhelm with very accurate firepower. Shielder is honestly more for fun. I don't think that it's very good at anything in particular, although when I get, there's a coral oscillator shield that I eventually unlock, that thing will absolutely make this completely impossible to hit. It's too fast, too much defenses. I've got every possible way of just not stopping. The missiles themselves can kind of very slowly whittle away an enemy while I'm just dodging everything and blocking everything. Saber, once I get the other... there's a few other plasma blades, or pulse blades? Yeah, pulse blades that I need to unlock, but eventually, dual moonlight blades. I mean, that's a lot of fun, and this is really, this uses a, what is it, the EMP, whatever, the bomb that makes it difficult to lock on to people. It uses that, and then just all melee, pretty much. A lot of fun. And then this one I've been working on as well, to just be I don't know. Rider, of course, you know what Rider is for. Rider is for when I give up and I just need to deal tons of damage very, very quickly and eat everything to the face. Berserker was... well, I was mostly for dealing, for just punching, though I've kind of changed it out to be a slightly different build. Speaking of changes, I have actually updated the paint scheme. Got a lot of gold parts on it. I like that. So now that we've kind of caught up, I do actually have another choice to make. So last time I did eliminate the enforcement squads. Easy enough. I'm not going to do that again because obviously I've already done it. I want to unlock this one. And this one has kind of a little mini boss, Cataphract. Didn't get to fight it last time, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm probably going to do it with Lancer because Lancer's very good at handling stuff.
This request comes from the Rubicon Liberation Front. Let's see what it says.
Raven, we have a mission we'd like to offer you. The PCA has deployed the Cataphract, a special forces weapon specialized for ground combat. If we allow the corporations to seize this kind of technology, things will take a dire turn. We want you to deny them the opportunity. Destroy the weapon first. The Cataphract is a moving fortress equipped with almost impenetrable armor. It incorporates a bipedal MT as its core, making it a highly versatile threat. That MT core is also its vulnerability. Focus your fire there, and it can be beaten. You're our best chance. What do you say?
Say, let's do this! I'm looking forward to this fight for a while.
Seems the Liberation Front are hoping their rivals will wear each other down. They must be desperate to avoid confronting a triumphant victor.
Main system activating combat mode.
Alrighty.
Commence mission. Destroy the PCA SP machine, Cataphract.
Cataphract incoming.
Code
There it is.
Enemy AC confirmed.
Hi.
Presently exchanging fire. Ready. Priority target. You got yourself a better machine, buddy. That yours started off.
How do you get in there?
We'd let you walk.
Oh, I'm at the back end, not the front end.
Corporation's playground.
Turned around on me.
Have small and force under the PCA's watch.
Must be your license. Something with the real Nothing to worry about, Sister. Focus on the battle.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay, it's hurting a little bit. Show me that core.
Looks like the Cataphract.
Code number 4. Send me what you've got on priority target rate. The combat simulator
Did he
has
just
been
go
detonated.
literally through me?
Who are you?
Okay.
Code 1-8. Whoever this is, it's not real. Regardless, there is much of a
Moved.
threat to the PCA. It's not more. I don't know who you are,
Ow.
but you're dead. 1 repair kit remaining.
Oh, come on.
Raven,
Come on.
what did you do?
Focus 61.
Evidently, I am a ghost, because I can be passed through. I don't understand it. Okay. What the bloody hell? Okay, I'm gonna use this a little bit inefficiently. In a pinch, I just... Yeah, you can still use it to stun an enemy. The needle cannons are very good for
The
that.
Cataphract has been destroyed.
Dear
Mission
God.
accomplished.
That
Forget about
phasing
this
through me
Raven
was kind of
character.
BS.
Borrowed licenses are always trouble.
Huh. What are you and Walter doing here on Rubicon?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that in reality that was kind of physically impossible to just phase through me. What kind of glitch that
You
was.
again. I'm a busy man, far too busy for the likes of you.
So I hear. Must be a tough time to be the Vesper's deputy commander.
Get to the point.
The plan to raid the PCA. You're going to need more pawns on the board.
Of course, you're here to hawk your services again. Very well. I'll consider that mutt of yours part of the effort.
One more thing. Show my hound some respect. Gen 4 is as good a pedigree as any other.
That is kind of cool that Walter goes to bat for you. I do wonder what the other ending kind of has in store for him.
One new message.
Raven, thank you for taking the cataphract mission. Uncle Flatwell was pleased. He called you a valuable asset. With your help, maybe we can beat the corporations and the PCA. No, we need to stand on our own 2 feet. That's how we'll win.
Cool. Alrighty, so we have up next. Back the old spaceport. I recall this involves a lot of moving around. You know, very guys in the air are actually really difficult to hit. Archer might actually be the best move for this. It kind of blends that mix of taking on lots of small enemies and handling the enemies on the ground, or singular enemies that are just really fast.
Hey there, buddy. Got a request from Archibus for you. Here's the briefing from my CO, who came up with the plan. This is V2 Snail. I shall brief you on the operation. You will be under my direct authority. Consider it a rare privilege. We will conduct simultaneous surprise raids on 2 planetary closure administration bases. One is the Hall of Communications base, the relay for comms between enemy squads. The second is the former Bertram spaceport, seized by the PCA for its suppression fleet. V4 Rusty will be dispatched to handle the Harlov base. His objective will be to disable their network and prevent support from PC elite squads. Raven, during this time you must destroy all the heavy warships berthed at the spaceport.
Issue.
Solid plan, but there's a catch. Disruption of PCA comms won't last long. I'll come support you when I finish on my end.
Okay.
If this mission succeeds, the corporations will deal the PCA a major blow. Ignore V2's snotty attitude. Just focus on your own work.
Really do want to get a better head for this.
Main system activating combat mode.
The head for Archer is a really good one.
Code 1-5. Intruder detected.
I don't
Sharing
need
all
to
base personnel.
do
Commencing
a
threat
ton of damage to
evaluation.
literally everything. I just need to get to those.
I'm on standby near Harlov, buddy.
Oh,
Patch me in. I'll gauge the situation on your end before I jump
done this
in.
before. I don't intend to take too much time dealing with that. Oh, that guy in the butt though. Yeah. Okay.
Target for termination approaching warship.
Estimated threat range 3 to 4. Contain the target.
This one. Cool.
Hey, buddy. I've taken out the relay mast. That takes care of their external comms for now. Keep moving.
Code 5. Target confirmed. Moving to intercept.
External comms are out. What's going on?
3 heavy warships to go.
2 warships left.
Oh, look on that. Go.
Looks like you're doing just fine, buddy. I'm keeping them busy, but they're working fast. Don't expect the comms blackout to hold for long.
Just one more, Raven.
Okay.
Code 5. Intruder detected. Threat level 4. Handle it.
Fine.
Target is approaching warship.
Open fire! Keep the target away!
Looks like you got them all, 621. You there, buddy? Bad news. The PCA's external comms are back online. They've got warships heading your way. Hold out till I reach you.
There's the catch. Resupply while you can, 621.
Here's that resupply. This way. Remember why I came over here last.
Enemy detected. They're firing from above.
Code 5. Target for termination approaching.
Handle it. The main squad will be here soon.
Company 621. In front of the base.
Yeah.
Heavy warships
Get
incoming.
behind a little bit of cover.
This is the Planetary Closure Administration. Disengage your weapons and surrender, now. Resistance will be met with immediate termination.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, got a little bit of it. Whatever.
One heavy warship down.
Is there another one? I think there's another one. Come on, you gotta take it. Come on, finish it. Nope. There.
Authorization acquired. Terminate them.
Alright. I think I took too much damage.
Send me what you've got on the target.
Relaying system response. Corporate AC-D4 Russian. Independent mercenary Raven. Data on the mercenary is being checked for discrepancy.
Strange bedfellows. This means the Corp can't afford to shoot.
Analyzing the enemy. PCA.
Rest for a sec.
High mobility LC and an HC. Once agile, the others heavy hammer.
Finish the ball, 621.
Nope.
These are elite
Come on.
PCA enforcers, buddy.
Need to
Don't give
finish
them no
him.
We're losing control of the situation. Sending report.
Got one.
This system. Code 78. Threat level E.
One PCA left.
No. I don't know who you are, but
System
it's a
processing.
no.
Heavy damage.
Nice work, buddy. Glad you're on my side.
Code 31A. Systems green.
Okay.
Code 78E.
Confirmed. PCA craft destroyed.
I don't know who you are, but I feel like that is fairly warranted. The name like Twitch Communities. I just have the feeling. Okay. And then okay.
Relaying system
Sorry
verdict.
about that, guys.
Code 78E acknowledged. Threat to planetary closure identified. Use of IA-02 authorized.
I'm picking up something. I've sent you a marker. There's something there.
Yeah, I know what it is. Time for that thing to make an appearance. Oh. Oh no! I'm getting the mouse problem. Okay.
It's underground.
What? What? What is that thing? Is that another PCA weapon?
This coral response.
It's...
There's no pilot.
Whoop! Let's get
It's an
away
autonomous
from it.
I can't get a read on it. This is bad.
Just focus on staying alive, 621.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, something's wrong.
It's changing its behavioral pattern, answering to a greater imperative. To protect the convergence.
Looks like the PCA has helped itself to the Institute's relics. 621, rest up at base. I'll come up with a plan to deal with our new friend. Here's the situation, 621. After the PCA sicked that Institute weapon on us, Arquebus and Balaam have moved to cooperate. IA-02, aka Ice Worm. It's a sea weapon, an autonomous deterrent created to protect the coral. If we don't take it out, no one's going to reach the convergence. We'll have a tough fight ahead of us, and everyone's getting involved. 621. Don't forget we've got a job to do on Rubicon. I didn't bring you all the way here for nothing.
All right. This means I'll be heading into the portion where I start taking on the Ice Worm.
2 new
Which,
messages.
actually, getting to the end of the Ice Worm is kind of where I'm really wanting
Heard the
to
news,
get.
tourist.
It unlocks a lot of extra things.
Ice worm, huh? You just keep tripping up over the Institute's relics, don't you? Well, I got something that might interest you. Sent you a briefing.
Sorry to impose on you, Raven, but I've just sent you an urgent request. I wish we could deal with this on our own, but we've got no choice but to count on you. Take a look and see what you think.
Okay. Definitely skipping around. I'm gonna have to restart in just a moment. What do we got as far as missions go? Mini Honest Brute, defend the dam complex, historic data recovery. I remember all these. Oh, that'll be fun. Definitely need my mouse to be working for these, though. Alright, unfortunately, my mouse is giving me enough issue that I'm gonna have to restart real quick. Please clear the issue. But he has any other ideas about how to fix it, please let me know. I just switched from a Razer mouse, which constantly lagged up on me, but also kind of had this issue. Now, I've gotten rid of the lag that it normally has. Like, this mouse doesn't lag when I open new windows and stuff. It doesn't refuse to move across the screen like the Razer did, which is great, but it still has this issue where it just starts lagging up and starts skipping across the screen, like it doesn't have the same refresh rate or something. It's very weird. Anyway, I'm going to hit the be right back, but do note that in just about a minute or so, I'm going to be restarting my computer, which means that the stream will come down, but it will be back, and in post, when I upload this to YouTube, I will make sure to string these back together. So, hopefully I will see you soon. Sorry about this. There we go. Okay. Let me just make sure that everything's working again. Okay. Oh, there's a big deal delay on this. Alright, cool. Hopefully everything will be good. Yeah. I am gonna eventually get to the bottom of this whole mouse issue. Actually feels like it may have gotten worse over time, which I'm not okay with. Anyway. Okay, so we're gonna be fighting ACs here. Time to load back up Lancer. And start kicking some butt again. Let's see here. Let's get this done first. It's the simplest and most straightforward. I just gotta pick up some data.
I have a personal...
Yeah, I've been through this before. Let's get it over with.
I've taken a few...
Okay.
Main system, activating combat mode.
Let's get started, Raven. I've already located several wrecks that we should be able to recover data from. I'll send the marker data.
Man, this is the mission that I didn't end up doing, the tunnel thing. But evidently you still get this mission, even if you don't do the tunnel. Which is interesting.
PCA craft data. I'll exchange it for credits and send them to you later. Coral is able to conduct data and can influence digital equipment. The effects of the coral surge must have brought some of the wrecks back online. Let's see what we can find.
Things shouldn't bother me.
Seems valuable too. I'm so glad this is turning into a profitable mission. An older generation of AC. According to the timestamp, this was recorded 2 days before the fires of Ibis.
Yep.
This seems to be about the warning signs of the calamity, right before it struck. Used to pilot these. This seems to be a recording of Domayan, the Liberation Front's ideological leader. But this appears to be something exceptionally personal.
This one's in here.
This data sheds some light on the composition of the enforcement squads.
If anybody remembers, the first time that I did this on stream, I missed that one. Yeah, when I redid this mission before, I did manage to find it. I found all the data in here, but I think so.
Another old
What is
research
that?
institute, I see. This is about the first augmented humans. The same coral technology that created you. But without it, we never would have made contact. I'm not picking up any more data stores. If this outing has made you think about Rubicon's past or the nature of coral, then it was all worth it.
Okay.
One new message.
What kept you, 621? You're a famous mercenary now. Time to act like one. Just get some rest. That's the important thing.
Okay. Which I'll do this one first. I know this one, and the other one is more, I think,
I'll cut to the
something
chase.
new.
This is about the ice worm. That Institute relic you had a run-in with. The corpse might stand a chance if it were just the PCA they were teaming up against. But that monster is a whole other story. You can't just throw bodies at it. The thing that makes it such a pain in the ass is its perpetual reactive shield. Coral tech. Takes advantage of the coral's directivity. Ordinary weapons can't touch it. So let's get extraordinary. I can make you something that'll punch a hole in that shield. But I'll need your help. You'll be heading to Grid 012, one of the first sectors they built, and it's barely holding up. That's where a little rat who betrayed RAD is hiding out. Goes by the name of Honest Brute. His AC Milktooth was built by us, so its only flaw is that it's piloted by him. When he ran from RAD, he didn't just take credits in tech. He also took a secret project of mine. And that secret project is what we'll need to bust open the Iceworm's shield. You ready for this, tourist?
I just hope that I can get him in one try this time.
And we
I don't
all
know if I've
stand
ever
to
actually
gain.
done that. The part that leads up to this is always just a pain in the butt. Getting through all those all the different enemies.
Main system.
Definitely not going
combat mode.
for the extra any of the extra stuff
All right,
here.
tourist. I'll tell you where to go.
Welcome, tourist. It's a delight to enjoy the company of a visitor from so far away.
Brute. We're here to take back what you stole from us.
Oh, heavens. You're a friend of Carla's. Splendid. Any friend of Carla's is a friend of mine.
Oh, I don't intend to take on too many of these.
By all means,
Bye.
my guest.
See what I mean, tourist?
Make sure you keep clear of the laser sensors. They're set to activate the enemy machines.
A new friend from afar, just for me. What joy. Be still my beating heart.
Where am I supposed to be going? I've lost track of it. There it is.
I'm waiting for you, friend. Fidgeting anxiously before the big dance. I do hope I'll keep up, but the anticipation is part of the fun.
I mean, I screwed myself. No, 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 no. No. Oh, I managed to barely get back.
The enemy's deploying a shield. You'll need to get behind it.
I hate to see my babies get scrapped like this, you know. Well, don't be shy. Smash them up. They'll help me with my R&D. There's a way in. Brute can't be far.
We should keep an eye out for traps. They'll be much more dangerous in tight quarters.
There, buddy.
That damn freak's using my toys like they were his.
Are you kidding me right now? Alright, took a wee bit of damage. Through here, and through here.
Jump down there and we've got him cornered.
Yep,
Don't
that's
forget,
good.
the guy's a rat. This won't be smooth sailing.
Was this place some kind of hangar? The target AC must be nearby.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that I can make sure.
Ah, my new friend. You're here at last. Brute! Oh, Carla, you've introduced me to such wonderful people.
Calm down, buddy.
Things.
Shut him up, tourist.
The stability of the generator. How Milton's heart sings.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Built that AC at R&D, tourist. Don't underestimate it.
2 repair kits remaining.
How I missed.
How Milktooth weeps. How the rail cannon weeps. Torn from their mother. Oh, they must miss Carla so. I live
Yeah.
to my friend.
Gun,
This
please shut
is a
up.
gift. Thank you.
Enemy AC is silent.
Looks like
Thank
he's
God.
dead. Good. All right, tourist. I'll see about retrieving our secret project. We'll need it to go worm hunting.
One new message.
This is Chatty Stick, RAD. Thanks for putting down Brute. The Chief's already in the workshop tweaking the rail cannon. And I've never seen her happier to be at work. That is all. Later, tourist.
Alright, let's see here. And the damn complex, okay. Gotta handle that.
We've received a request from the Rubicon Liberation Front. Here's the briefing.
Raven, we have a mission we'd like you to take on. The objective is to defend the Gallia Dam complex in the Bellius region. Arquebus has been stepping up pressure on the Rubiconians while fighting the PCA. They must be laying the groundwork to take effective control over the entire planet. They've dispatched 2 high-ranking independent mercenaries to raid the dam. You'll need to be ready to take on both ACs at once, Aster Crown and Umberox. As you know, we have few cards to play.
Hopefully this will be sufficient to finish them all.
I hope
guess
we
we'll
can
find
count on
out.
you.
When it comes to fighting 2 of these guys, I do think that perhaps the best way to do it is just extreme.
You're up against 2 of the arena's top performers.
Well, once it's down to just 1, I should be
Make sure you're ready for
in the
this, Raven.
clear. Get in, use the shield, take out 1. That should be the way.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's get started, Raven. Master Crown's pilot, callsign King, has an 89.6% mission success rate. His reputation for finesse is such that he's advertised as the ideal mercenary. Umbrox is piloted by Chartreuse, an aggressive bulldozer with unrivaled firepower. Those who've seen her at work call her an unstoppable force. Intercept the 2 targets.
Expected to see attached to a hostile AC. You know our priorities, Chartreuse. Let me deal with this.
Give me a break, King. That bossy attitude of yours doesn't do you any favors.
This is more of a challenge than I'd anticipated. I haven't seen anything like this since...
Got him.
You're strong. Worthy of your
Maybe if I can take on the other one real quick.
Pull your head out of your ass and withdraw.
AC Aster Crown destroyed.
Cool.
Wait, I'm picking up another AC.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can get this done before then. Oh, don't you cutscene me.
Do you read me, Raven? Your imposter must be an impressive pilot to take on the 2 of them at once. Let's see how far they can fly.
Oh my lord.
On borrowed wings.
I'm about to destroy him as fast as I'm going to destroy this woman. Let me get back to it!
Augmented human C4621. Not here to take back the Raven yet. However, we will see if you can do it justice. Apologies for the delay, Chartreuse. Oh, you took your sweet time. King is toast, in case you were wondering. Careful you don't wind up like him. I hope you die!
AC Umbrox destroyed.
Alright,
We'll
just
take it
gotta
from
deal with
here,
Raven then.
Chartreuse. We've lost both
A little
of
bit
them.
of damage, no shield, but
One
should
AC
be
left,
okay. No, don't you even try that. Yeah. Oh my
Raven, you
god.
can still... All right. We'll watch this one.
Damn straight
See
you
where
will.
they go on a raven's wings.
Raven just
All
got
enemy ACs
bee
destroyed.
slapped. Holy
Mission
crud.
accomplished.
There's that. Hey, is that the head that he was using? Or is that a different one? All I know is I like that head. Gotta see if that's one that'll work on this build, actually. Maybe another one.
We got ourselves a deal, Handler Walter.
Michigan. So, Arquebus met us halfway?
I gave them the heavy warship fleet. In exchange, Balaam's in charge of putting down the beast. They also offered some top Vespers. Guess they don't trust us.
Better than nothing. I'll provide what support I can, too.
Yeah, your mad scientists, RAD or whatever, and that hound of yours.
Michigan. Don't underestimate 621. That hound always delivers.
I've looked into Branch, the independent mercenaries who attacked you. It appears they don't have a fixed membership. Instead, they maintain independence and anonymity with a revolving door of select mercenaries. Now, it seems they've left it to you to champion the free will they stood for. Sooner or later, you'll have to make a choice no one can make for you. When that time comes, I hope I can support you. Raven.
One new message.
Time for work, 621. This next mission's all or nothing. Make sure you attend the briefing.
Okay. Let's see here. This is the ice one. Thank God. Alright. And I do believe, considering that I have the 2 cannons on me already, I'm definitely going to be going in with this one. What was I gonna do? I don't think there is anything else for me to do right now. No, the head. That's right. Yeah, Mind Alpha. What is this? It is actually inferior in every way except for weight. It is kind of sucks. See if it works on some of my other builds later. But yeah, okay.
Listen up, 621. This will be a joint operation led by Balaam and Arquebus. The briefing's about to start. I want you to attend.
First, some background before we go into detail. The intercorporate ceasefire is now in effect, and we will be carrying out coordinated attacks against the PCA. The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated... I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA and theaters across Rubicon. And y'all got the short end of the stick. You're here to take on the worst of our dirty work, hunting the beast of the ice field.
Sure thing, Chief. Tell you what, I'll watch and let you know how badly that goes for us.
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line.
Moving on. Let's talk about how we're going to neutralize the Iceworm's coral shield. You'll be dealing with a layered barrier made up of a primary and a secondary shield.
Arquebus will provide the means to break the first layer. State-of-the-art stun needle launcher. Aim for the face, and it will deliver results, I assure you. What about the second layer?
RAD's cooked up just the thing. A neat little toy we call the Overed Rail Cannon. If we divert the spaceport standby power to the ORC, should hit hard enough, assuming we land the shot.
You can leave that to me. I know a thing or two about sharpshooting. I'll oversee operations on the ground. A ragtag crew like this needs leadership.
We could use some more suppressive fire. I'll send Chatty.
That just leaves the question of who will be taking charge of the stun needle launcher. I know just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick. Go 13. You get all that? Good. Time for another field trip.
Do some damage.
It's not every day you see competing forces working together like this. Now or never, 621. It's time, 621. You ready?
This mission depends upon you, Raven. Let's go. I'll be here to offer support.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
I got 2 of these, so I got more of a chance to actually deal with this.
Move out,
Here's hope.
maggots! Time to die! Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
What does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanna be.
We gotta deal with those pesky shields first.
Dang it, that's right.
Roll out that fancy gizmo that Artemis paid the big bucks for.
Come on, buddy.
The rest of its body is covered in thick armor.
This is
Yeah, I just
V4
need
Rusty.
to...
Rail cannon is
Damn
good to
it.
go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire, buddy. Tourist, got a
Hitting
message
it in the
from
face
chief
is
for you.
always so difficult.
Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
Where is it at? Hey, there it is. Gotcha.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Initializing ORC
Ow.
firing sequence.
Little... Yeah.
Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Sighting correction A-OK. 90, 95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit. That freak actually did it.
Ooh.
Did what?
Really
The
avoided
bare
that.
minimum. This is just the first hurdle. The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Lead up time is always what gets me. Oh, and these things are taking my... Alright, can't deal with these.
V4, load the next shell! One step ahead of you, Commander. Finally, someone with their head screwed on straight. Never thought about switching sides? Sure is
Okay,
an honor to be
there we
praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass. Don't do this to me, Headbringer.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%. 100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy.
Wait, something's wrong. Fall back, 621.
We've underestimated this beast. My AC's compromised. What's wrong?
The coral. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next shot will be my last.
Damn it. hit in. Not easy. I wonder if I can get it two at once. I wonder if I can drop its shield immediately. Dang it! It's...
AP at 50%.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not liking this. One bit. Dang it. Stay up long enough. Come on. That face of yours. Come on. Got him.
Its primary shield is getting stronger.
Stay cool, buddy.
AP at 50%.
Did I not get it?
Cut 13, what are you doing?
Oh, that is
Mission's a failure. All
is
units
BS.
retreat.
Had my shield up and hit it directly in the face, and its mission failed instead. Come on. That was BS.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh, Lord.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
Take a Bolteus fight
Commencing
over this,
operation with
actually.
combined AC
This
forces
is
per
kind
the
of a pain in
Balaam
the
Archibus
butt now.
agreement.
Waiting and
Move
waiting
out,
and
maggots.
waiting.
Time to die.
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
Who does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanna be.
We gotta deal with those pesky shields first. Cut 13.
Really?
Roll out that fancy gizmo that
Dang
Archibus
it.
paid the big bucks for.
There.
The rest of its body is covered
Get up,
in
get
thick
up, get up,
armor.
get up, get up. Oh.
This is V4 Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire.
Come on! Stop turning your head so fast.
Got a message from the chief for you. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
Oh my God. That was the guaranteed one, and for some reason I shut off to the side. Don't even know why. Not even gonna bother trying to outlast it more than that.
Commence mission. Michigan will take command.
Commencing operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
Who does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanna be.
We gotta deal with those pesky shields first.
Here.
Cut
Dang it,
13.
come on.
Roll out
Even
that
with that.
fancy gizmo that Archibus paid the big bucks for.
You need to aim for the head. The rest of its body is covered in thick armor.
This is V4 Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire, buddy.
Tourist, got a message from the chief for
You
you.
don't pedal us this time.
Enjoy the show,
You
and don't
too
forget
much on the
to
pedals
smile.
this time. Oh. How was that not a hit? No. Oh my lord.
Main system activating combat mode.
Commence mission. Michigan
You
will take
catch this
command.
thing.
Commencing operation with combined AC force as per the Balaam Archibus agreement. Move out, maggots! Time to die!
Act like a professional outfit and you might live.
Who does that creep think he is? I ain't here because I wanna be.
We gotta deal with those pesky
Almost.
shields first. Cut 13. Roll out that fancy gizmo.
Damn it,
that
come
Archibus
on,
paid
it
the
doesn't
big bucks
fire
for.
fast enough.
You need to aim for the head. The rest of its body is covered in thick armor.
This is V4 Rusty. Rail cannon is good to go. Don't die before I get a chance to fire, buddy.
Just
Tourist, got a
do this
message from
thing.
the chief for you. Enjoy the show, and don't forget to smile.
There.
Shield loss confirmed. ORC firing sequence.
Get away from that. Okay.
Connecting EML modules. Opening energy turbines. Output at 80%. Sighting correction A-OK. 90, 95. I won't miss.
Secondary shield down.
Gun 13, heads open for a direct hit.
That freak actually did it. Did what? The bare minimum. This is just the first hurdle. The target's deployed drones, tourist. I'll handle them.
Yeah, that was a long shot, but I mean, literally, it was a long shot, but hey. Yeah.
V4, load the next shell. One step ahead of you, Commander. Finally, someone with their head skirt on straight. Never thought about switching sides? Sure is an honor to be praised by the Red Guns hell on 4 legs. But I'll pass.
Primary shield disabled.
One's easy enough.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon. Energy turbine output at 80%. Output 95%. 100%. Watch out for friendly fire.
Drop.
Secondary shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy.
Wait, something's wrong. Fall back, 621.
We've underestimated this beast.
Dang. Actually thought I might have gotten it.
Compromised.
The coral. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation. This next shot will be my last.
Taking significant damage.
In the corner.
Might be checking out soon, tourist.
Okay, come on. Just need your face.
Not through yet. Primary shield is getting stronger.
Okay.
Stay cool, buddy.
Two repair kits remaining.
I'm out, tourist. You're on your own now. Withdraw.
Come on. Get your face up here. Oh, come on, how is that a miss?
Ammunition at
No!
50%.
I used both of them and then I couldn't.
Gun 13. Looks like the beast goes on the defensive when it feels cornered. Just so happens the
Yeah.
Red Guns have a saying for this. You beg for your mother, we'll give you another.
One repair kit remaining.
Come on. Need one more good shot. Barely shows its face at all. Come
Someone
on.
forgot to feed the beast, Gun 13. Go give it something to chew on.
Yo. Your face.
Right shoulder ammunition at 50%.
Oh. Ow, it hurts. One more, come on, I just need your face to face me! Oh. Does it keep missing? have evidently no tracking on this, I swear to God. Freaking more. There we go.
Good work, buddy. All EML modules connected. Energy turbines at full capacity. Output at 80, 90. All emergency valves closed. Disabling limiter. 100, 110, 115. Rebel cannon input.
Where is it gonna be?
All or nothing.
Be under it.
Shield has been wiped out.
On you now.
There we go. Need 2 of those.
Is it over? Get clear, it's gonna blow!
You shitting me? The freelancer really did it.
Wazu, I've been kicking your ass over and over again. Don't you give me that.
It's finally over. The blast will
Really?
contaminate the area. Get out of...
Choral voices. Lost again. Raven. There's something I have to tell you. The Coral. It's my family. My brothers and sisters. I am but a single wave. Born from the Coral Tide. A Rubiconian without a body. No one even knew I was there for such a long time. Raven, you're the only one who...
Go get your rest, 621. Things are going to get busy. You did good.
Okay.
The temporary alliance between the Arquebus and Balaam groups turned the tide of war, devastating the Planetary Closure Administration forces and exiling them from Rubicon. Though it was the Iceworm mission led by Balaam that dealt the decisive blow, Arquebus, through their own engagements with the PCA, augmented their strength with seized weaponry. The balance of power was broken. The scales tipped in Arquebus's favor. And the Rubicon Liberation Front's hopes of fighting an exhausted foe were dashed. With the loss of their common enemy, the rival factions' war for the Coral abruptly reignited. And their bitter conflict burned with renewed intensity.
Alright. It's very likely that Chapter 4 will just kind of go by in a patch. I think it's mostly just the
Augmented
survey.
human C4621 entering standard mode. 2 new messages.
Doing okay, 621. I'd wanted to let you rest some more, but the corps are on the move already. With the PCA gone, it's back to work, getting to where the Coral's gathering. Do you remember the survey you carried out at Xylem? My friend analyzed the data, and learned about a massive facility under the central ice field. Watch Point Alpha. Turns out that the ice worm was defending the entrance to that place. It's time to let ourselves in.
Raven, there's something you need to know. That friend Walter mentioned. The comms database has no record of the conversation he just told you about. This isn't about just finding the core, Raven. He's after something more, and he's using you to do it. Here on Rubicon.
Registration number RB23. Call sign, Raven. We have added new samples to the integration program. You may now test updates to Mind Beta and verify reproductions of special ACs. We look forward to your continued assistance in All Mind's drive toward perfection.
Alrighty. Yeah, new parts. What have been after? Oh my lord, I already know one of them. Stun gun. Oh, and... Oh, the slicer. It slices. It dices. Going on one of my builds. And that one. Alright, what else did I unlock? I don't see anything in here necessarily. About... Ooh. Getting those. I think I know what that is as well. Get that. The pulse cannons I'm not as fond of. I will prioritize that. That I think I built well. Bullet orbit. Definitely gonna have to unlock it. That's two. Well, alright. No new heads. I still haven't unlocked this core. I forgot about that. No new arms. Haven't unlocked the legs. Boosters. Ooh. Generators that I want. Okay. Unlocked a lot of things, and I got a lot of work to do on getting these done. And then this is underground exploration. We've gone through this before together. I'll very likely kind of run through this again, and you know, if there is anything new in a New Game Plus, which I don't think there is, I'll try to either have it recorded or, you know, save it for a stream here. Other than that, yeah, I'm having a blast with this. New Game Plus is awesome. I'm getting access to a lot of the parts that I've been looking forward to, and just kind of blowing through this one. Of course, we will have a New Game Plus after this, and that comes with the kind of proper ending, I think. Although I have to be careful going into New Game Plus. New Game Plus, I'm just like hitting all the decisions that I didn't make the first time in order to unlock those missions and whatnot. But New Game Plus has a specific set of missions that you have to follow in order to get the ultimate ending and to fight the boss and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to be careful on that one. For now, though, it's been great streaming. And I do hope that you all enjoyed. I will be back soon to stream some more of the other games, Starfield, Nearly Dangerous. I look forward to that. And for now, everybody, just take care. And I'll see you soon.